Marhaba, Ana ismi David min learn Arabic vocabulary easily with David. كيف كون أنا منيح hala. أنا مبسوط hala. Um, so I have a new video here. It's called Learn Arabic Vocabulary Using a Memory Palace. So in this first video we have here, we're going to create a memory palace where in future videos we can start placing Arabic words in this memory palace with their definitions and their pronunciations. And we'll be able to easily navigate through through these different stations of this memory palace and recall Arabic words a lot easier than maybe the traditional methods of just repeating over and over and over. So this particular memory palace is based off of an imaginary Mexican restaurant, and there's about 16 different locations, little spots in this restaurant where we can place information and words, some Arabic words, definitions in there. So in this video here, we're going to prepare the restaurant in our mind, this memory palace, and in further videos, we'll start putting the different words in there and the definitions. But it might seem complicated when you see it initially, but it works excellent. And once you get used to it, you can memorize thousands of words. I've memorized, I would guess at this point, about 1,500 Arabic words doing this. I have maybe 200 of these types of palaces of different sizes and different locations. And so let's take a look here. So this palace is going to be based on, like I said, a Mexican restaurant. And the words in this restaurant are going to have an A sound to them. So for Arabic words that have that kind of A sound at the beginning of the word. So, all right, so let me get out of the way here. All right, so what's this crazy thing, David? So this is a little sketch of our imaginary Mexican restaurant. Here, it's the layout. And as you can see, I have some pictures labeled in here, 1 to 16. What's in the pictures or how clear the pictures are or all that kind of stuff is really not that important. It's just to give us an idea, just a reference of what might be in here. Initially, we use this to memorize the words that we want to remember. But in the future, you're not going to need this piece of paper. This will all be in your mind. Just like traveling through your own house, you remember where your kitchen is and you remember where the refrigerator is. You remember where your dishwasher is and that kind of stuff. And even though this is an imaginary restaurant, we're going to take a walk through this restaurant and just imagine that we're really there and seeing these different locations. So the end game here is that in your mind, at some point, you're going to be able to travel from this first location here to the second location, to the third location, to the fourth, and walk through this restaurant like a little tour and be able to recall the Arabic word, the definition, and how to say the word. So it's really quite easy once you get good at this. And for example, this is my A Palace. This is something I started out with a long time ago, a year or so ago. But just to give you a little hint on what's coming here, I'll tell you what's quickly in these stations. So, and I'm not looking at anything. There's no cheat sheets anywhere. I don't have anybody whispering in my ear. Okay, so this first station here is Aswan. The second station is Adesh. The third station is Alab. The fourth station is Arhas. The fifth station is Aher. The sixth is Akid. The seventh is Amar. The eighth station, and I don't know. So we're going to go into this in the future. But anyway, I can jump back and forth, forwards, backwards on this, and I've got Arabic words and definitions memorized in these different locations. So I'm going to show you how we do that coming up. But first, we need to kind of memorize this palace and put it into our mind. So we have it. All right, so I can't get my head out of the way here. But all right, So I'm sure anybody studying Arabic at this point has seen crazy lists like this, where you've got, oh my God, there's so much data and everything else, and just, what am I, a robot? How am I ever going to remember all this stuff? So this sheet might be daunting when you look at it first, and uh, the only reason it exists at this point is to give us something to look at. You can print out this and use it for reference. But once we use this memory palace and we get our information in there, that you can tear up this sheet, make a paper airplane out of it, fly it away, burn it, whatever you want to do. But this information will be in your mind quite easily, and you'll be able to get hundreds. There's only 16 lines and 16 words on this spreadsheet here. You'll be able to get thousands of these into your head, and you'll be able to navigate through these palaces quite easily. So we'll do it. So you don't have to take my word for it at this point. Let's just get to it. So, all right. So this is a Mexican restaurant. Uh, Somewhere down here, we parked our car. We got out of the car. We looked to the left, and there's this walkway that leads up to the front door that goes into this restaurant. So to the left, there's this planter there with some beautiful flowers and that type of thing. Just imagine in your mind that you're getting out of your car, you're getting ready to go to this restaurant for a wonderful dinner. Look to the left, and you see this planter. Maybe there's pink flowers or something like that. But there's a beautiful flower on the wall to your left here. And you continue to walk, and you see this blue door. This is the entrance to the restaurant. You open the door. You feel the weight of the door, that kind of thing. You get into the restaurant, and now we're going to make a left turn once we get through that door. And there's a water fountain type thing, like a water fixture, nice display on the left. You can hear the trickling water and that kind of thing, and you see it to your left. And then you continue walking down this hallway, and here's the host that's got the menus, and he's going to tell you, your table is available, and he's going to walk you to your table. So that'd be the fourth spot that we can put information. And then we'll end up at this. There's a stairway in this restaurant that goes down to the main eating area, so which is here. Um, so this is the fifth location. So so imagine that the host gave you the menu, or has the menus. He's guiding you to your table. You went down these stairs. Um, as you go down these stairs, there's kind of a stone display of some sort in this kind of area here. Just it doesn't have to be what we're looking at here. This is really just to give you an example, but just imagine it's a real restaurant and there's a bunch of tables in there, but you got to walk past this brick stone type of well looking thing, and then just beyond that is more of a display of different old antique like bottles and stuff like that, maybe tequila bottles and things like that. Some dusty display from a really old time Mexican restaurant thing. So on the back wall, like closer toward the ceiling, there's a balcony with some flowers on it and maybe this nice little green door. So that's our eighth location. And then on another wall, um, this wall to the left here, there's a picture of a big hen, a bunch of hens there, and maybe maybe it's a TV screen and the hen is actually moving and you can see the feathers and that stuff like that. Your table will be in this area here, so you'd be sitting down here. Just imagine the table, maybe the food on it. It's a nice table like this, and you can imagine they're putting chips on there and margaritas and all that fun stuff. As you continue further down the restaurant, there's a cash register. Maybe you can hear the sounds of it dinging and opening and that kind of thing. There's some kind of waitress that keeps ringing stuff up over there. So that would be the 11th location. And as we continue to another part of the restaurant here, there's some booths, a booth here, and you get the red leather seats, that kind of thing. You can imagine that on the wall over here. Maybe there's a window here, but just imagine that this is real, and however you have to make it up in your mind that there's a booth in this area. Directly across from the booth, there's a bar. I didn't draw the bar here, but there'd be some kind of bar. And behind that bar, they've got all the expensive liquor, all the tequilas and the whiskeys and vodkas and whatever other drinks. So you can see a nice display there. Oops. Excuse me. Jump around a little bit. And at the corner of the bar, um, you head further down this room here. There's actually a saddle at the end of the bar, and people sit on this thing and they take pictures, and everybody thinks it's really funny to sit on this little saddle. It's just all the kids take pictures there and that kind of thing. And I don't know if you're really drunk, you're going to be sitting up on the saddle, I suppose. So that's location 14. And as this bar is an L shape, or well, we'll just say it's straight at this point, but you get to this point where there's bottles, a refrigerator with a bunch of bottles in it here, so you can see maybe hear the refrigerator and see the refrigerator there. And then there's another booth near the back wall of this restaurant, right? Okay. So you're probably asking David, what's going on here. So in our mind, if we review this palace a few times, several times, we should be able to walk through it and recall the different stations that are in here. There's 16 places in there. So right now we don't have any information in this restaurant. We just have these locations. But I'll make you a promise that once we put information onto these locations, the locations will become more concrete, and it's going to be quite easy for you to navigate to this restaurant. And even though it's imaginary, it will become quite real. So you will have the ability to go, all right, I'm getting out of my car. There's a plant to the left. I'm going into the front door. There was a water fountain on the wall, and I walked to the greeter, the host. He got the menus, and he took me down the stairs, crossed past a water fountain, and maybe I threw a penny in there, or sorry, a well, and I threw my penny in there for good luck, kind of thing. And you can add little details to your story here. Maybe I tripped on the bottles and broke the bottles, and now they want to charge me for it in location 7. 8, there's a balcony up there. Maybe there's a lady singing on that balcony. You can add little details and flavors to this to help it become more real to you. The hen over there, maybe the picture was crooked and it's making you crazy, and now you got to straighten up the picture because it was irritating you. The table, you get to the table's dirty, so now you call the waitress over, and now a big kind of tussle starts over that. Cash register just keeps going on and on and on, and you can keep hearing them open the drawer and the dinging, and it's really annoying you, kind of thing. You get, you want to maybe move your table now because that thing's so loud, and now they put you in that booth over there. And now you're really close to the bar, and you're happy about that because now the bottles are over there, the tequila bottles. You drink enough, and now you're in the saddle, the horse saddle, taking pictures and doing selfies, and you're posting on Facebook, and you're going to regret things on Monday. But anyway, didn't have enough to drink yet, so then you got bottles in location 15. You're going to buy some more from the refrigerator, maybe bring some home and continue the party. But now you realize that your shoe was untied, and you're going to sit in the booth right here and tie your shoe before you leave the restaurant. So this crazy story can help you remember the layout in here, but it's going to be quite easy once we actually put information in these different locations. So next video will be coming out very shortly, video number 2 on this. Please leave your comments below. While you're waiting for my next video, which should be shortly, it shouldn't be too long. Don't panic too much. Please check out the free memory course at magneticmemorymethod.com. My friend Dr. Anthony Mativier taught me many of these things that I'm using right now, and helped me get to where I'm at in this. And it's a free course. It really goes over how to use memory palaces and how to create them. So it'd be a wonderful, wonderful thing to get some more of that information too, and then follow my videos too and learn Arabic vocabulary. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Shukran katir. Al-Makram.